Hi everyone, this is Big Boss Calvin 83. This is what I've been wanting to talk about, but I wasn't able to, have my thoughts together. But what I have decided to do is just speak free flowing, no time constraints. Just say what's on my mind. This is what I'm going to address. No, I'm just going to say it as it is. Like I always have, men, just be who you are and don't apologize for being who you are and live true to yourself. Stop trying to impress women and trying to get with women. Don't waste your money on these pickup artist products. Regardless of who they come from, they're all scams. It's a show. They're making money off a problem. That's why True Force Loneliness exists. It does not address the disconnect. You cannot fix something that's been man-made and socially engineered by design. The only way you can fix that is to be awake. Is to be awake and speak out. Network, communicate with others who have similar issues. People who want to listen. You gotta keep pumping that truth. You gotta keep putting yourself out there. I mean, the truth is, the true solution is the best solution and the true solution of any circumstance and any situation is what you don't want to hear, which is what you need to fucking hear. What you need to see. Not what you want to see. What you must hear. And what you don't want to hear is what you need to hear. And what you need to see. That is the truth and the proof. And if it offends you, then chances are it's true. Especially when it can be backed up. Not every situation is the same. We all have different situations. Circumstances, life experiences. However, when it's a common problem, it has to be true. The issue is true and it has to be addressed. You understand what I'm saying? The problem with us men, nobody has told us the truth about women. Women have never told us the truth about them and what they really wanted and what's their real agenda. I'm going to say it again. The truth of the matter is, women have never been honest with us. Let alone told us the truth of what they wanted and what's the true agenda when it comes to us. People say don't blame women for a reason why they're fucked up. I say bullshit. So I really can't blame somebody who didn't have no control, of being taught the way they taught. They wasn't raised right. I can't blame them for that, but I can blame them for not knowing. No, if when you become an adult, there's no fucking excuses. If you wasn't raised right, you didn't have the resources, you didn't have proper teaching, you wasn't educated. However, when you become an adult, you know right from wrong. You know right from wrong. And by that time, nobody cares. I mean, you're just using it as a crutch to not better your situation and help other people's situations. I mean, you have people if you're going through hell and these bad experiences, and you don't want to do nothing about it, you don't want to give people better than what you had and what you didn't have, you're selfish. You're a selfish son of a bitch. That's the truth. If you've been abused as a child, I'm not going to abuse my child. Because I know the hurt and the pain. If I wasn't allowed to do certain things, I'm going to allow my child to do certain things within reason. And I will tell my kid, this is what's out there. These are the consequences, cause and effect. The positives, how you handle the situation, and the negatives of what you need to expect and how to handle yourself out there. That's what you do. You give people better. You give the next generation better. You understand what I'm saying? Excuse me. That's what you do. You don't walk around just being mad or belligerent. Because the real talk with women, what women don't understand, nobody gives a shit if they're fucking angry. I mean, men walk around angry, nobody cares. You're just an angry man. You're an angry black man. You're belligerent. You know, you're a misogynist. Nobody gives a fuck about what a man feels, especially when he's of color. Excuse me. God. I need to start drinking milk. I need to stop. I need to quit milk out of my diet. But I love milkshakes and ice cream. The truth of the matter is, you have a generation, you have a cycle of ignorance. What women have failed to, the reason why women do not want to tell us the truth, especially our mothers, when we were children, when we were boys, and becoming men, women did not want to tell us the truth. They gave us some airy-fairy nuts and motherfucking berries, mothers of the earth propaganda, and women aren't like that. They gave us, this is what they taught us. All women are deserving of respect. Hell to the fucking no. No bitch is worth respecting. Not all women are worthy of respect and deserving of respect. Respect is earned. If you want respect, you have to respect yourself. You have to give respect in order to receive respect. You have to give respect in order to get respect. And that starts off with respecting yourself in the process. Respect is not a handout. You, by birthright and courtesy, yes, there should be some common respect. However, you are a fool if you expect that. And being mean and being tough and being nasty, and this goes out to women, being a bitch is not going to get a guy to respect you. I'm sorry, it does not happen that way. You feel by being a nasty bitch and not being nice and kind to him. I love it. And I'm talking about a dude who is kind to you and genuine and sweet. You want to punish him for what the last guy did. That's not his fault. So because he has a penis, that is not his fault. Because he's a man, just like your last man. You made a poor choice. Accept it. I don't like telling people to get over shit, because I know it's painful. Because when you are a victim of something, bad circumstances, nobody tells a woman who's been raped to get over it. But they tell people, particularly when it comes to racial injustice, they tell black people to forget about their past, which is funny, but they don't tell the Jews to forget about the fucking Holocaust. They don't tell other Anglo-Caucasians to forget about Pearl Harbor. They don't tell them to forget about 9/11. Hell, they don't even tell the typical Caucasian American to get over OJ. That OJ got acquitted. You see hypocrisy? All that is in the past. What is it? OJ? I gotta speak on this in another video. OJ being acquitted. What does that do for me? Nothing. He ain't making money off of. I didn't see him murdering millions of people, billions of people, and slaughtering them, and slaughtering them, raping the women and children, and castrating the men, and raping the men, and emasculating the men where they're like effeminate. Okay? And getting rich off oppression. And getting free labor out of it, okay? So you being upset about somebody being acquitted when you got millions of thousands of people who are killed every day unjustly, but you don't want to talk about that unless it happens within your group, and that's the typical bigotry in America. And you know which group I'm talking about, who think like that. Okay? And I say who have that mentality, that selfish mentality. You know who you are. I'm not going to specify, but particularly the ones who have the institutions, the ones who control the resources, and the ones who are murdering and raping billions of ethnic peoples throughout the world, and raping them of the natural resources, and enslaving these people, and colonializing their lands, and force them to assimilate a culture so they can get table scraps of resources. You know who you motherfuckers are. Part of the elite class as well. Okay? But now, so much for that rant, and I'll speak more on this Casey OJ comparison, which is bullshit. Because, like I said, Casey Anthony had female privilege, Caucasian female privilege, white female privilege. OJ didn't have no privilege at all. He just had luck. And we'll leave it at that. But, back to my video about what if women actually told men the truth, and what if mothers actually told their son the truth? You know, if women actually told the truth about themselves, most of us men would not bother with them. Most of us men would just not want to have nothing to do with women at all, and just get our shit together and just find somebody and go and find a woman who's not on bullshit. We would, because if women actually told the truth, if women actually told the truth about themselves and the real agenda, and they told the truth about themselves, and women actually told men the truth about the bullshit that they're really on, men would not fuck with them like that, because they will be off their pedestal. You understand me? If women actually told men the fucking truth, nothing but the truth, and what they really wanted, and their whole agenda, men would not bother with them. Actually, and the truth of the matter is, it would, once we realize, the masses of males realize that the majority of women are on bullshit and they're not good for us, we would just have what we would do is we would just take the dick away from them. They would be cut off. And I'm talking about they'd be cut off from everything. We will not include them in nothing. We wouldn't bother with them. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the truth. Because the reality is, and I'll tell you the truth. I hate interruptions. Because people, especially with family, don't like the stuff that I'm talking about. And that's just too bad. I've been quiet for a long time. And a lot of us men have been quiet for a long time. We let y'all women have your platform. We let y'all file your complaints. And we never looked into it. That's where men fucked up. And we are responsible for that. We let y'all have your complaints, but we never looked into it because we're like, oh, she ain't talking about me. Oh, she is not talking about me. I'm a nice guy. She shouldn't have no problems with me. But and then you started talking to her, she didn't give you the time of day. She stereotyped you out. She denied you a life. She just kept rejecting you for 1 to 5 seconds. If not, even if she did, or she gave you the time of day, or she still wanted to talk to you, but you were in the friend zone, or she rejected you, or she had her friends make the decision for her. Because, and that's what happened. So that has happened to me. She liked me, but she had to have permission from the sisterhood for her to give me a time of day, and that's bullshit. I'm like, what the hell? You talking about you independent and you doing that shit? You talking about you an adult and you let other people make your decisions for you? Fuck out of here with that shit, bitch. And then she gets with the man who treats her like shit, the bad boy. The good-looking guy. That has looks, stats, fame, money. The popular guy. Yeah. She goes with all these types of guys who don't have good character, because part of being a part of being a good person, an honest person, a loving person, a sweet person, a genuine person, is having character. It starts with your character. She talked about she's looking for guys with character, but she's full of shit when she wants to be in lust. Or you gotta have something. This is what women don't tell the truth about. They want me to be honest, but you don't want to be honest with me. Every time, but you know something, women, every time I'm honest with you, I get kicked off. I mean, I get rejected for being honest. I mean, or if I tell you, you make your file and your complaint on your Facebook status, and I come and I chime in, y'all get mad. And the thing is, I'm not even saying nothing or disrespectful. I'm like, be honest with you. If you don't want to keep meeting bad boys, stop accepting the request. Then stop sleeping with him. Stop sucking your cock. Then stop opening your legs. Why are you giving? I mean, shoot, you make the nice guy work 1,000 times harder to get with you. We have to work 1,000 times harder to get a yes. Then we got to do all work to get a date. And for you to show up at your house, or for you to meet us, we have to work extra hard for you to make out, because most of the time you flake out on us. And then for you to stay with us a certain amount of time, we have to do all this extra catering. But the thing is, you're so belligerent. You're so mad. I'm like, I didn't do nothing to you. Why am I being punished for what he did? Or why am I getting punished for the fact that you got molested? That's not my fault. I'm here for you. I like to help you. But why are you fighting me? Why are you pushing me away? I mean, if you want to raise awareness, help both sides. Don't help just one gender. And a lot of you women ain't helping the other gender. You just telling them to be belligerent feminists, to be mad and angry and bitter and confrontational, where they get punched in the face like Snooki, where they get their teeth knocked out. You're just telling these bitches, just create drama. Be argumentative, confrontational. That's not going to handle nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I know you women understand what I'm saying. That's why y'all get pissed, because I'm honest with you like that. There's a lot of videos I have to do, man. Every time a man's honest with you, y'all reject the nigga. I'm like, God damn, you can't win with these bitches. And you wonder why we call y'all bitches and hoes and sluts and cunts. Because you live up to it. You live up to the names. Nothing personal, but that's just you are living up to the name. I call a spade a spade. We real men call spades a spade a spade. We're not like these manginas who, well, I love a tough woman, and I love a belligerent woman. I love a woman who curses a man out. I love a woman who fights. These are bitch ass motherfuckers. These are manginas. They say they like your abuse. Real men will not take your abuse. It doesn't work. And if you don't take her abuse, she calls the cops on you. Because you stood up for yourself. She hit you, you blocked it. You're arrested. Out off to jail. And this is the stuff that Mom should have been telling me about. Mommy should have been telling me that. My aunt should have been telling me this shit. She should have told me y'all bitches on some bullshit. You know why moms don't tell their sons the truth? Your aunt don't tell your son. Don't tell their nephews the truth. Their grandmothers, even their grandmas. The reason why I don't slam grandmothers as much, because of the era that came in. Yeah, them bitches were on bullshit back then. Back then too, they were on bullshit too. But you know what? They knew how to. They knew right from wrong. You couldn't do certain things. People back in the day, both men and women. I'm not going to say the past was great, but because you had a lot of bullshit, you had a lot of racial segregation, lynching. Well, you actually have lynching today. I'm not going to. But it's systematic and institutionalized, and economic disenfranchisement, crooked law enforcement, I mean, all you got to do is look at, Oscar Grant and Sean Bell. And the other killing that happened out in somewhere out in the hood of the ghetto of San Francisco. That goes on. But like I said, at least women were like ladylike. At least they were polite and they're respectful. Whatever issues they had, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they knew that they had to get that shit handled. They had to get it handled because other than that, a man back in that time, because men were more respected back then, rich or poor, a man was not going to deal with that shit because at that time, I would just say it was equal to a certain extent. It was never equal, but around the 50s, before feminism got so out of control, things were like balanced. I mean, because both people had to talk to each other. Women always had their pick, but it was like she had to make the right pick. Because if she made a wrong pick, she would get slammed. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt in my mind she would get slammed. So, like I was saying, she had to have that stuff under control. But now in today's times, that's not the case. There's no order. There's no self-discipline, self-control. People feel they can just flip out and black out. They don't have to be in a right state of mind. There's no accountability. And that's been done by design. I mean, you got all these excuses for women, and they have all these justifications. I mean, for wrongdoing. And that's not right. If a man kills a woman and says he was abused, people laugh at him and he gets locked up for life and gets raped in jail, or he's dead in jail, inside the jail, underneath the jail, or he gets a chair. Women, when they kill men, there's always a justification, and all the people just talk, and they just give her a slap on the hand, or they just let her off scot-free. Well, maybe it was a little probation, but they're not going to enforce it like that. They're not going to enforce it on her. She can just be traveling and going on to her next guy. She can still have her life. You see the double standards? The truth of the matter is, the reason why your mothers, men, the reason why our moms did not tell the truth, tell us the truth about women. And I made an old video, and that was I think it was back in almost 2 years back, about women tell your sons the truth about them. And the reason why women don't tell the boys, the truth about them, because the fact is, the reason why moms and our aunts don't tell us the truth about women, girls and women, is because of the fact that they used to beat them hoes. Listen, I'm not sugarcoating it. If they told us the truth about women, we would not fuck with them like that. We would not put them on pedestals. We would not court them. Female privilege would be, we would just do away with it, because I'm not gonna say it would be like the Middle East. I don't want that to be that extreme. I just want y'all to act right. I want y'all to be right. I want you to treat me the way you want me to treat you. For once. Instead of me treat you all, be nice and kind, but you treat me like shit. I'm not tolerating that. And no other man's on here who got his mind right. Especially men who are really on point. They're not dealing with that. We're not going to tolerate that shit. That's why you got mail order brides. And that's a scam too. Because those women are on bullshit too. For a different set, but the circumstances are different. Or some marriage abort, some bullshit like that. Some international brides when The bitch is on bullshit. I mean, she already got she been indoctrinated with Eurocentric Western concepts of feminism, matriarchal thinking. Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is the whole matriarchal agenda is women want to be above men. They want to rule men. But they want us to do everything, though. Excuse me. They want us to do everything, though. Because we're a man. How the hell do you want me to do? To play this gender role, but you want me to be in touch with my feminine side at the same goddamn time. That when a woman says she wants a man in touch with her feminine side, she's basically disrespecting you offhand. Off the bat, she's disrespecting you. Complete disrespect. That means that bitch is a fucking feminazi, sexist bigot. So that means she wants to run shit. Basically, what she's saying, she wants you to still have your manly duties. And what's funny about that? If men said we want you to do your womanly duties, we're sexist. We're misogynist. We want women to be oppressed. Some extreme bullshit, and that's what I'm talking about. If I say, can you please, I'm not feeling well, can you please make me some soup, or can you please get me this? That's not oppression. I'm sorry about that. That's not oppression. If you ask me to do that, I would do it with no problem. If you want me to go out to the store and get you something, or you're not feeling well, or whatever, wherever you want, whatever you need, I will do it. I'm not going to say, oh, that's oppression. Just stupid shit like that. It's just another way for people to not do what they're supposed to be doing. It's just another way not to. It's just another way for people to be selfish. That's what it comes down to. It's just another way for people to be selfish. Another way for people to not treat someone the way they want to be treated. People want to treat people the way they don't want to be treated. And that's why it happened again. If women told men the truth, they will expose themselves. We will be off the bat. We will be, hell no, we will be opposed. We will reject matriarchy off the bat, because that's their agenda is. It's matriarchy, but they want us to be patriarchal, responsible slaves. Women want man to do all this, make a lot of money, look good, have the fancy house, fancy car, but they want to run shit. I'm like, you can't run a motherfucker who got his stuff together. That's why y'all call the police. That's why you use the courts, so you can run stuff and extort money out of them, and kidnap just kill kids for ransom. And you ain't doing nothing for the kids. I mean, look how many women dump their kids off to the state. Look how many women abuse their kids and kill their kids. And they want to call us deadbeats. Fuck y'all, bitches who say that. There's so many kids, and there was times when my mom's wanting to abandon me. Talking about, I'm going to abandon you. I'm like, how are you going to get the check? My response, I'm like, how are you going to get that check? And then she like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I just want to get rid of. You got so many women who abandon their kids just to have fun. And and you know why feminists don't want to put that out there? Because their complaint would be fucking bullshit. Nobody would take them seriously. Nobody takes y'all bitches seriously. The only people who will take you seriously is the fucking elites, and that's not because you're right. It's because they are trying. Their agenda is to control you. They are oppressing you. That's just another way to disenfranchise the man to attack you. So you'll be oppressed. So you'll be in super oppression for the New World Order, for the New World Order agenda, New World Order, where you will be severely oppressed. Just look at the women in China. One-child policy. They can't do certain things over there. Look at the Middle East. Y'all bitches can end up like them. So that's what you fight. That's what you're fighting feminism. That's why you fight. That's why you support feminism. So your ass can end up like that. So you're gonna remove the common man and trust a bunch of elitists, male elitists who don't give a fuck about you, So you could end up like the women who are who are in third world nations, or I want to say not all third world nations. So you could end up like the women in China, and end up like the women out in the Middle East, and in other countries where women are second-class citizens. So you can end up like them. So that's what you're fighting for. I mean, if women told men the truth, you already know men will not put up with this shit. You know that. We wouldn't fuck with you. We'd be on strike. Men will be like, we're going to stand together. And that's why you don't want men standing together. Every time men stand together or communicate and network with each other, like you women do, you call us gay. You call us misogynist. That's just a shaming way. So, because if we actually communicated and worked together instead of being divided, if men were not divided like we are, you wouldn't have a lot of manginas, because once a mangina gets in our circle, after a period of time, he's going to become the man he's supposed to be. The man he was meant to be. Not some simp-ass slave. Not some responsible, successful, on-point, degenerate slave that you women want. And that's what you want. So what mom should have told the truth. If she would have told me, son, I want you to be successful. And I want you to be responsible and accountable. Not an interruption. Son, so basically she would tell me, son, if you moms would have told your sons the truth. I want you to be successful. I want you to be accountable, and I want you to be responsible. And then I want you to get with a woman, because we raised her differently. It had nothing to do with gender difference. Nah, we raised her differently. We raised you to be a slave. A successful, responsible slave. So when you get with a woman, she's gonna run you, and she's gonna call the shots. But you are still responsible for whatever happens. So anything bad that happens is still your fault, even though she's in charge. But you don't have no leadership. She has the leadership. But so basically, it's gonna be like the 300. Where the women are in charge, but the men are doing everything. The men are just slaves. They're just good slaves, just doing their civil duties. And they say, charge! So it's going to be like the 300. So meanwhile, when you do, we just expect you to do these things and fix everything, do it all, fix this, fix that, build up society. But we women rule. And we run stuff, and we're gonna run you, and we're gonna run your resources. We'll keep our resources, but we're gonna live off and freeload off of yours. We're gonna call the shots, and you're gonna do exactly what we say, and do what you just supposed to do, because we're the slave master. And in public, however, you're gonna walk around and think that you're a leader. You're going to portray this image, this fake image that you're a leader. You're going to do it because you got all the leadership responsibilities, but you're not a leader. You're not running nothing. We're running this. We're running the show. We're pulling the strings. You're a puppet. You see how this ties into the New World Order? You're the puppet. We want a responsible slave. We want an established, responsible slave. And if you don't do what we want you to do, if you don't do what we say, if you don't do what I tell you to do, and you don't do what I say for you to do, we're going to use the law against your ass. We're going to start some drama. And while you being a good slave, I'm going to cheat on you behind your fucking back. I don't care. I mean, I'm going to assume that the man's not going to do it. That this strange man that's in the house that you paid for, driving your cars that you're paying for, this house that you're paying for, he's going to eat up your food. He's going to eat up the food that you're paying for. He's going to shit in the bathroom that you're paying for, and you have to maintain and clean. he's going to be sleeping with me. Chances are he's going to be molesting and raping my kids. And if you're not fine with that, I'll just get rid of your ass anyway. And I'm going to assume, and you better believe that you better buy into my bullshit that I'm loyal, even though I'm not. And you better not confront me, and you better not check me, and you better not tell me that you want to be equal and that you believe in equality, because even though I say I believe in 50-50, but what I mean in 50-50, you have 50% of the responsibilities. You do it all. You do everything on my order. And I have 50, and I take 50% of the benefits, and I have 50, and I have all the leadership. I make all the decision making. I do whatever I want to do because I'm independent at the same time. I keep all that feminism, and I reap the patriarchal benefits at the same time. And that's where you come in as a good slave. That's what I want from you. So when I mean 50-50, I don't mean equality across the board. I don't mean we're both equally responsible. We both take care of our priorities. Nah. And we both build on his family legacy. No. We both build a strong society by raising the kids right. No. What I mean by 50-50, I talk as much shit as I want. I run my mouth and you have to listen. But I will not listen to you. I will not listen to you. You shut up. You don't back talk. Even if I did insult you where you have to respond, you better not defend yourself. And if I do hit you, I have a good reason. But even if I did something where you have a good reason to slap me and put me in my place, you better not do that, because I will call the cops on your ass. I do whatever I want to do. You do not question me. You don't not confront me. But I'll have every right to be in your business, to spy on you, question your authority. Well, actually, you don't have no authority. I have all the authority. And I'm the leader. I'm calling the shots. I'm pulling the strings. And I do whatever I want to do. And I live off your paycheck. Fuck the kids. If you want to take care of the kids with the resources, you better find a way to make that happen, because I am not sharing nothing. I give what I want to give, but you better give it all. You better give 110%. So basically, this 50-50 thing is a lie. But you better buy into this bullshit. And see, now, if they would have told us the truth, do you think we'd be bothered with these bitches? Especially when all of them are on that bullshit. When I say, I'm saying like 90%. I know that all women think like this, but you have a majority. And a lot of people get upset with me personally because I generalize. However, you have to understand, when it's more than half, then that's where the common generalizations come from. Generalizations mean, I don't mean general, when it comes to a general statement, it's more than half. Then that's a problem. That's an epidemic. That doesn't mean all people. I don't think all people are bad. All people are assholes. I just think the majority of people are fucked up because of the programming and the social conditioning. I mean, if women told men, on another side, if women actually told us the truth, especially our mothers, and other women told them the truth, that we like bad boys, we like drama, we like being treated like shit, we believe in our eugenics, you will have an outcry. A lot of men would actually just stand together in them circumstances. A lot of men will actually stand together and not tolerate it. And I mean, going to some foreign country to find somebody is not your answer, because they're doing it over there too. Remember, whatever we do in the West translates to the East. So you gotta understand, America is everybody's role model. Despite China's new world, and let me break this down. Even though for the elite bankers, the East is becoming the New World Order agenda of the East is the New World Order model. for us, for America to accept. So it's a I don't know how you say it. I don't know how you say it, the word. So it's a complex tactic. This is a complicated, complex, confusing agenda to throw people off. I mean, and many times a lot of women don't want to tell us the truth about women because they're that bitch that we're fucking talking about. That's why they get offended when they say not all women are like that. Not all women are like that. No, fuck that. You all like that. Even the good ones. You know why? Because the good ones don't check the women who make it hard for them. At least on the male side, we try to check the men who are making it hard for us. But the problem is, we don't have your cooperation, women. We don't have your cooperation. Because every time, even if we do check these motherfuckers, you gotta intervene. You gotta turn the bad boy against me. Against the nice guy. Because you don't want him to become the nice guy. Because if he actually started listening to me, I might enlighten his dumb ass. And he'll be like, "Oh, dog, you mean you serious? She on that bullshit? Yeah, she's manipulating with the pussy. She don't want the reason why she strokes you like she does is because of the fact that she can stay on her pedestal. The reason why she picks you is because so it will justify the reason why she's strong and independent when this bitch ain't even independent because they rely on a system, a patriarchal system to keep men in line. Why that patriarchal system by the elites, bankers, Rothschild, Rockefellers, you know them guys, they support the matriarchy to keep their patriarchy. So they don't want me to talk with the bad boy because the bad boy might actually listen to me and work with me. And throughout that time, he ain't gonna fuck with you. He will actually take control of his life. He will not want drama in his life. And if more men became like me, you would not be able to talk your dumb shit and file your complaints. You will not be able to keep this matriarchy. You understand what I'm saying? So, when I enlighten, if men started talking to each other, you women will actually lose your pedestal because we will not worship you. We will not be pussy whipped. You couldn't play your games, and you couldn't play us for fools. And that bad boy may actually become like me, and that's what happens when a woman changes a man. If a woman does change a man, and he does go to a positive direction, she don't want to have nothing to do with him anymore because of the fact that she can't control him. And I know it's, but at the same time, if the guy was able to change the guy, she would not want him because she can control him. But in certain cases where the guy is doing right and he has morals and self-respect for himself now, and now he's getting his life together, she don't respect him anymore. It's because of the fact that she can't run shit. You understand? And if these man giants will grow a pair of balls, women can't run stuff, and women can't file their silly complaints. See, what happened to men is the fact that we never paid attention to their complaints. We never used our brains. Because if we did question them, then you will realize that what they're saying is not making any sense. And women just want to be on top. So when they hear about, when you hear, that bitch Emmy Rivera that I exposed, talking about guys suck. I don't know if I'll ever find anyone with my time. I still got to roast her ass anyway. She likes to talk shit behind my back. And I don't know if I'll find anybody. I don't know if I'll ever find the right guy. And I'm sick and tired of having him play with my emotions and feelings. But the truth of the matter is, she's playing with his emotions and feelings. And she is creating drama. Now, if she picked a guy who actually didn't do none of those things, she couldn't make that complaint. Because got because he would first of all, if she was with somebody like me, I would not tolerate that drama. And she knows she knows women know the right guy. They don't need to find a guy because she got men lined up. Women have they have all the men lined up in their categories. Desirable from undesirable. Good, bad, boring, lame. I mean, they have so many labels. The female code is easy to understand when you actually do the research. When you stop listening to women, but at the same time you listen to what they're saying, and you do your research and you break it down. Women will eventually expose themselves. The more you talk with them, the more you look into their BS. You let them talk. You have a conversation with them. You don't play no mind games, no word games. You just let them talk. And you're like, hold on. No, you gotta be a detective. That's what you have to do. You have to be a detective. Because women were taught, no, all men ain't shit. All men don't deserve no respect, no gratitude. It doesn't matter if if a man is a good man, God is a good man, and he has a good heart, he has morals and integrity, he's doing what he's supposed to do, he's productive, he's about building, he's conscious, he's about his culture, he's about legacy. He don't deserve no respect because of the fact that he has a penis like the bad boy. So basically, I'm being punished for being male. That is blatant misandry. So their moms and their aunts and their grandmothers are teaching them matriarchy. And a lot of women get upset when I say the reason why you have the problems you have because y'all feminist minded. You are feminist. You don't have to be a crazy dyke dressing in some man bitch made clothes. You can just because you put on you can put on a dress and you're still a slut. You can put on the white dress all you want. We know you're still a hoe. You just a classy hoe. You're still a slut. You're not fooling me. And I remember when my aunt talk, I'm like, your complaint don't make no sense. Here you had this such and such guy, he did this and that. Well, he was boring. But my thing is, what do you mean boring? I thought you wanted stability. Oh, I mean money. He had money. Well, you don't understand. Oh, he's a tyrant. How is he a tyrant? Oh, he won't let me do this and that. I thought you in a relationship, you have to share. You have to be mindful of others and respect other people's feelings. He's treating you the way he wants to be treated, respecting you. No, because he says he's the boss. Now, if he's a control freak, I can understand. Is he abusive? No, he just won't let me control the resources. But how is he making the money? That's not the point. I can manage money, but it doesn't matter. You don't have those. That's not your stuff. That's not your stuff. No, you'd be offended if a man pulled that bullshit on you. I know her. She will not tolerate it. Well, I should have an opinion. Well, but he's doing all the work. He's providing you this. He's providing you. You talk about he wanted to have a big home. He wanted you to have no fancy cars, and he just wanted you to have vacations. Why are you giving him grief? Well, because he's a good guy, he can still cheat on me. Yeah, this is the stuff that men have to deal with. He can still cheat on you. Well, because he would expect me to do this and cook and clean. I don't have to cook and clean, then why are you complaining? But you expect him to do all this. You expect him to do X, Y, and Z. But you feel you don't have to do nothing? That doesn't work that way. I just want a man who's just responsible. But I run the relationship. I want him to make this, make money, have a job, make this, and blah, blah, blah. But I call the shots. I have the opinion. I have all the say-so. I manage the money. I manage everything. I keep my money. I call the shots. I have the opinion. And he listens to me, but can you listen to him? He's going through hell. He's out there making things happen, making moves. But no, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work beside him. He's going to do it. but you expect them to build a business, right? How come you can't contribute? How come you can't make no contribution? So, because you might, and this is my favorite, this is especially with black, you might leave me for you. You know, it's like, women in general say, if you get super successful as a man, you might dump him and leave him for a younger woman. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen. You got some guys who would do that, but that comes back down to character and their whole agenda. Or, you might leave me for a white woman or some woman of another race. Some silly stuff like that. Why would you make these assumptions? I mean, you're just looking for excuses not to fulfill your so-called role. You just told me what my role is, and then when I tell you what your role is, I'm sexist. You women, y'all just need to just shut up with that bullshit. You just need to be quiet. You just want a man to give, and then take responsibility for what your poor choices in life, your bad experiences. Like, men have bad experiences more so. We have worse experiences. We have more hardships and pains and sufferings and aggravations and injustices that we endured. But we can't talk to you. We can't confide in you. How's that love? How's that true love if you want me to listen to you, but you don't want to hear what I have to say? You don't respect me as a human being. You don't. Yeah, that means you're selfish. You just want me to be a responsible slave. Bad enough I'm oppressed, especially when you're a man of color in this society, but you gotta be my slave master too, and I gotta deal with a slave master and another slave master? Are you crazy? And I gotta deal with just ignorant people? You crazy. Sorry. You crazy. And in the meanwhile, I mean, you're telling your daughter to be matriarchy and talking about all these negative, and then now I'm understanding why you got teenage girls walk around angry and bitter. I'm like, you bitches haven't been through nothing. Talk about what the men ain't doing, this and blah blah blah. Have you ever dated a guy? You haven't even had a date yet, so why you even walk around mad? Why don't you just learn from why don't you ask the right questions? What kind of man was he, Mom? So why would you pick him? And then finally, it's like when women get it, you know, when they're like past the prime, when they're like in their late 30s, but when they hit 40 years old, 40 to 50 years old, or sometimes 60, 70, now they see the light because they have kids, or their kids are grown up, or they have grandkids. Now they want to talk about how they were a good woman this whole time and how loyal they were, but they just never found the right guy. It's just, when the truth of the matter is they don't want to own up to anything they do is wrong. Hell, at least own up to the fact that you got bad information, you were misinformed. You can't even admit that your mom told you wrong, that your parents told you wrong. Just admit that. Or that society did you wrong. You blame society for everything. The only time you blame society for everything is when it's men. Even though you are contributing to the problem. It's a joke. It's a joke at this point. It's a joke. You're gonna walk around and you're talking about you never dated a bad boy. Come on, just admit fault. Shoot. I'm gonna admit fault. If I ever had kids, if or when I have kids, I'm gonna tell my son the truth and my daughter the truth. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, but I'm the bad boy. I'm the bad guy for telling the truth about there ain't no Santa Claus. I don't believe in that tooth fairy. I'm not gonna give him no airy fairy nonsense. You want to talk about a kid needs a good imagination? I understand from a certain aspect of positivity and positive images of positivity, but it has to be realistic. It has to be something realistic that's gonna benefit them. Not some fairy tale, not some airy fairy tale fantasy that's never gonna happen. If it's not gonna happen that way. No, I don't need no feel good stuff. The problem in this society is that we want to be stroked instead of looking to the problem. We want to be stroked. We don't want to tell nobody. We don't want nobody to tell us nothing, but we feel we can tell other people what's wrong with them, but we don't want nobody to tell us what's wrong with us. And it doesn't work that way. You need to be honest. I mean, a lot of you women don't want to tell that you don't want to tell your sons the truth because of the fact that we might not respect you. What are you talking about? We wasn't born at that time. So I mean, yes, you made poor choices, but I'm happy that you're telling me the truth right now. So I don't pick that wrong woman. Then you get offended. Well, what's wrong with me? How come you want to pick somebody like me? You just told me what's wrong with you. That's why I don't want to pick somebody like you. I want to pick somebody who's better than you. I mean, that's not a diss to you, but I need some. If you're gonna raise me to be this person, but I don't want you to be a leader. Be a leader because I don't want you to be an abusive tyrant. What the hell are you talking about when you're a tyrant the whole time when you were raising me? That doesn't mean I'm going to be a tyrant. I don't believe in that. But I'm saying I'm going to make a better choice. I need to make... But, I mean, don't you care about my future? You care about your daughter's future, but how come you don't care about your son's future? You don't want him to get caught up in a bad situation with a woman, you know, who might hurt him, who might get him arrested for a crime he didn't commit. I mean, why don't you tell me how women that... Okay, you don't want me to be the bad boy who fucked different bitches. Okay, we understand. Okay, you can tell me. Okay, I understand what it is, and you want to. But the thing is, son, at the end of the day, get your shit together. I mean, if you're gonna fuck multiple bitches, make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. Even though I don't agree with it, do what you're supposed to do. But do not pull me into your garbage. Do not pull me into it. You can tell me that. You can tell me that. You can tell me that. Okay? I understand you want to fuck a lot of multiple women, but you got to be careful. You can catch AIDS, you can get a baby, and I know this, and the system ain't fair to you. This system is prejudiced against you. And you're going to be stuck paying for a child, and a child that probably isn't yours. You don't want to get caught up in that. So that's why it's best for you to, if you want to talk to women and you want to have good interactions, get to know them. Before, don't even think about sex. Let that happen naturally. Get to know each other. Get to know her before you like her. And you tell your daughter the same thing. Get to know that guy. Don't judge him by solely on his looks. Even if you don't find that person attractive, get to know them. Give them a fair shake as you will want that person to give you a fair shake. Treat that person the way you want to be treated. You don't follow what I'm saying? Be careful out there. There's liars and manipulators. And there's people who will pull you down. That's what you should be telling us, the truth. But the reason why a lot of you women don't want to tell us the truth because you're that bitch that we're talking about. If you had told us the truth about these women, you don't want to tell us that. You don't want to tell us the truth. It's because you're that bitch who was fucking men over, and dicking them over, and stereotyping them out, and forcing them to be alone. You don't want us to know about that. Because if you told the truth about girls, then you'd be telling on yourself. But the thing is, you need to come out. You need to get over it, swallow your pride, and do the right thing. Tell us the truth. Treat people the way you want to. Don't treat people the way you want to be treated, not the way you don't want to be treated. Also, get to know somebody before you like them. A real relationship starts with friendship. Stop using friendship as a rejection line. And when women use friendship, I mean, they do that to also put you on the shelf so they can use you. And if they need some dick, they'll just get their hammer and break the glass, and they'll probably use you for that. They probably won't use you for sex as much. They'll just use you as the good handyman slave. Cook her this, make her this, fix this, do that, protect her from this. That kind of thing. Treat one the way you want to be treated. Get to know each other. It's not wise for you to sleep with multiple people because you don't know what you can come in contact with. Respect your body, respect your mind. That's what you need to tell us. But the reason why a lot of you women won't tell us that It's because you be telling on yourself. And the reason why you don't want to tell your daughters to respect a man, even like, all you have to do is tell this is a certain man that's deserving of respect and not deserving of respect. But you can't do that because you never done that. Even if you come into wisdom now, even though you know better now, after the negative effects and your negative experiences, you don't want to do that because of the fact that if she started treating this man with respect, I'm talking about the good man with good morals and good character, she couldn't run stuff because you wanted to follow your miserable feminazi matriarchal agenda. You want her to be miserable just like you. And meanwhile, you don't want to tell your son the truth because he will not be a pussy of slave, and he will be very selective of what women he want to deal with. And that's power. And you don't want him to be and that's not being an arrogant asshole. It's just he's just making the right decisions so he can have a better life, so he can build, and we can have a better world, a better society, and a better world. And that's what a lot of you women don't want unless you're running it. It doesn't work that way. And this selfishness is the reason why things will happen the way they're happening. But it's going to come to an end soon. You know, people just need to be honest with themselves and start treating people the way they want to be treated, and you will not have this mess. And tell the truth. Rather good from bad, tell people the truth. Tell the young generation the truth. And how you failed. And what they can do to learn from your failures and other people's failures. And learn from your success and your successes. And that's all I gotta say. I know this video was not... I didn't mean for this video to be long. But I have to speak the truth, and this is what's on my mind. So, tell people the truth and be honest. And maybe even if it's wrong, you just gotta be honest with people, and you gotta take the consequences with that. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Wake the fuck up and get your head out of your ass and start treating people the way you want to be treated, and you don't have to worry about being done wrong. I'm out. Peace. And grow the fuck up.